In the fight for accountability, there are limits under the law. 2 teenage women who were killed when a sheriff's deputy arrested the driver of a car and told an 18-year-old to drive home without checking to see if she had a license. She didn't know how to drive. 3.5 years later, the family has lost hope that there will be any charges or any justice. Here's Mark Salinger.
The memorial out front serves as a reminder.
It's been 3.5 years.
A reminder of how much has changed in the years since Twilight Hovey lost her daughter, Leah Ford.
She was a senior in high school.
The story takes us to a rural road in Adams County. Leah and her friend were driving with Leah's boyfriend on a summer night in 2019, home from an evening at Elitch's. Her boyfriend was pulled over and arrested for a warrant for an unpaid speeding ticket. The Adams County Sheriff's deputy turned the car over to Leah.
He told her to just go ahead and take the vehicle home.
Problem is, Leah didn't have a license, didn't even know how to drive, her mom says.
She shouldn't have been behind the wheel because she did not have her permit, nor did she have a valid driver's license. My daughter did not know how to drive. She had no driving experience. Yes, she was 18, but she was not ready to drive.
She was seatbelted in the driver's seat.
The 2 teenage girls were killed when a truck slammed into their car around 5 miles away.
And I didn't even think to check her.
More than 3 years later, the fight for accountability has left Twilight feeling hopeless.
There won't be any. Because I believe that they really honestly think that they did nothing wrong and no policy was broken.
For him and Adams County to not be accountable for this, I think, is an absolute miscarriage of justice.
Jeremy Johnson represents Twilight. In the past years, they filed state and federal lawsuits against the deputy and the department. Both were dismissed. In federal court, they couldn't prove the deputy created the danger that ultimately killed the girls. In state court, lawyers couldn't prove he acted in a willful and wanton way.
He was granted qualified immunity, and her case was dismissed there.
We're choosing not to name the deputy because he's never been charged. As far as we can tell, he never faced any punishment at the sheriff's office or with the state certification board for telling Leah to drive home without a license. He retired in 2021 and left the state.
They should be held accountable like the average citizen, like I am, like anybody. And there's just no accountability there.
After both the state and federal lawsuits filed on behalf of Twilight were dismissed, it was decided that they would not appeal those decisions. That could open Twilight up to having to pay the legal fees for Adams County and the deputy she was suing. Now, a spokesperson for the Adams County Sheriff's Office tells me today they do not believe any policies related to checking the licenses for passengers in the car have changed since that crash in 2019.
But again, Mark, there's really no law here that was broken.
Yeah, the sheriff's office back in 2019 actually told me that the officer was following protocol, that he had the discretion to allow someone to take the car home as opposed to having it towed. And at this point, it doesn't look like he broke any protocol.
Can really hope that there was some sort of lesson learned here. Mark Salinger, thank you.